Hello and welcome to this special episode of the Wireless Weekly. Today we're going to review the Kindle/Amazon event that happened just a few hours ago in beautiful Santa Monica, California. This podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Make sure you go to audibletrial.com/lady for your free audiobook download and free trial of the Amazon service. My name is Tony Hannity, and I'll be the sole host of this little shindig here. So thank you very much for joining me today. This is kind of a first for me to give a video presentation and of what happened at this airplane hangar and down in Santa Monica, California. Now this was a closed event. There wasn't any kind of video cameras or anything, and unfortunately the LTG crew could not get down there either. We have other family stuff to do up here, which is more important. But we did definitely get to see some news. And one thing that we're going to definitely touch on are the tablets. But I did want to talk about real quickly the new Kindle Paperwhite. Now, basically what they unveiled were some new e-readers, one of which was a Wi-Fi version, and then there was another one which had 3G capability, which was free. And the Paperwhite, that's a brand new technology that the team at Amazon had created. They taking just a regular white sheet of paper and comparing it to a regular, one of the old style Kindles. The Kindle e-ink was a little darker, and they figured make it brighter, make it whiter, make it like real paper, and that's what you have here. So apparently it's a lot easier to read, a lot better on the eyes, and they go for up to $180 for the 3G version. So that's the Kindle Paperwhite, and you still have access to everything that's available in the Kindle. I guess the Kindle arena, if you will. I don't know. Universe, the Kindle universe. That's what we'll go ahead and call it. But I think what everybody really wanted to see were, what the next Kindle Fire was going to be like, what's it going to look like, and so they went ahead and got on stage and said, the past, ever since the original Kindle Fire was announced, the Kindle Fire had a market share of about 22% here in the United States. That's not bad, but definitely, it's underneath all the other iPads and underneath all the Android tablets that are getting a lot more popular, like the Google Nexus 7. But what they did was, they announced the Kindle Fire, and as you can see here, it's only $159 now, and they've upgraded it. So the new Kindle Fire OG, if you will, has a faster processor. They've actually doubled the RAM. They have added about 40% of longer battery life. And if you want to get your very own, you can actually pre-order it right now, and Amazon will mail it to you, already set to go with your information, by September 14th. So other than that, regarding that particular tablet, there's nothing really new about it. I think physically you're going to have the same volume button issue that you might have had. The screen, they still consider it to be kind of HD, but comparing to what they announced today, I don't know if you could still consider it HD. It's still probably an SD screen. But the big part of the announcement was were the Kindle Fire HD. So it's not the Kindle Fire 2, it's the Kindle Fire HD. So you have a 7-inch version and an 8.9-inch version, and both of which were kind of leaked out inadvertently in an Amazon ad during a football game, which I missed, unfortunately. But aside from the size, the 7-inch version has an ISP display at 1280 by 800, and the 8.9-inch has an HD display of 1920 by 1200. And everything else, spec-wise, is pretty much the same. They both have MIMO, which is dual-band, dual-antenna Wi-Fi. It's the world's first tablet to have that ability. So it's actually much faster Wi-Fi connectivity than you would find on the new iPad or like the Galaxy or the Google Nexus 7. Both have A2DP Bluetooth, HDMI out, a 1.2 and 1.5 dual-core OMAP 4470 dual-core processor with an Imagine Power VR 3D graphics core. So what that means is that graphic-wise, it's definitely a lot better than it was before. And when we talk about gaming engines like Unreal and Unity and things of that nature, this will definitely take full advantage of that. Um, Integration-wise, it's fully integrated with Gmail, much deeper integration with Facebook, Twitter, Exchange Calendar, things like that. Also, in the front, there is an HD camera, so you can do video calls with Skype. Now, that was actually leaked out to be a rumor that you could actually do Skype on this, and now you can. So that's pretty cool, and that's very exciting for those that are looking to do Skype and didn't want to get one of the other tablets. You want to stick with Amazon. If you're new to Amazon Prime, you get a free month of Amazon Prime. You also have unlimited access to the Amazon cloud storage. One new feature, and this is really cool for you parents that want to get this kind of tablet for your children, they have a new feature called Free Time. And then what this allows you to do is actually set parameters depending on how long you would allow your child to play games or how long you will let them watch a video. I have an 8-year-old, and he definitely likes to go beyond his allotted 30 minutes. He's usually pretty good about it, but sometimes if I'm not looking, he'll get maybe an extra 15 minutes in there. And having this ability on the tablet right from the get-go, not having a separate application to do it, is really handy. It's very nice, and supposedly it's very easy to set as a parent, so, and not so easy to unset as a child. So that's pretty cool too. Battery life, looking to last over 11 hours. So that's really good, considering that the HD screen is going to be more high def, more high res, and you're going to be able to watch all these HD videos from Amazon Prime and Netflix and things like that. That's going to drain it, and so having a very good battery, hopefully it won't get as hot as it does with my iPad. And like when I'm watching my Netflix or playing a video game, the back of my iPad almost burns my legs. So hopefully it won't do that. Surround sound from Dolby, not Beats. Inside joke there. But yeah, it's got Dolby surround sound, so you got 2 speakers. Very handy there. And both size tablets, the 7-inch and the 8.9-inch, both come in 2 different sizes. So for the 7-inch, you can get it in either 16 gigabytes or 32 gigabytes. Actually, on stage at the event, they're talking about how 8 gigabytes was dead. It was pointless. I mean, if you wanted to download a high-definition movie, that was 2 gigabytes right there. So you pretty much didn't have any space whatsoever. And that was a direct attack, in my opinion, well, to anything else Android, especially the Galaxy, the Nexus 7, particularly because they're almost neck and neck. The original Kindle Fire, $200. Now the Nexus 7, $200, and now the Kindle Fire HD. It's a little bit more. We'll talk about that in just a second. So one of the coolest features that I've seen that's fully integrated into the system is called WhisperSync. Now we know WhisperSync as Kindle, like when you start reading a book on your Kindle, and then you move over to your phone, and then you move over to your tablet. Because of WhisperSync, they're all synced. Like you can start on chapter 1 here, and you can continue chapter 1 on here. And so now they've expanded that technology not only to the book side, but also to movies, to games. And what that also allows you to do is with the games, it saves all your unlocked scores from like Cut the Rope and Angry Birds. So if you have to wipe the tablet for whatever reason, as long as you sign back in with the same username and password, all of your things will be saved, and they'll be there for you to get back to at a later date. Same thing with movies. If you start watching a movie on your PS3 and you got to go somewhere, you can put up on your Kindle Fire HD, and it'll leave off exactly where you were before. And one of my favorite things is WhisperSync for voice. Now, considering our sponsor, Audible.com, is actually owned by Amazon, and Amazon has all these ebooks, I always thought it would be a great feature if you could switch between the two to say, hey, maybe I want to watch, or not watch, but maybe I want to read 50 Shades of Grey, but now maybe I want to listen to 50 Shades of Grey. Now they have that ability through WhisperSync for voice. I'm not quite sure if that's going to cost any extra. If you have to pay for the audio the ebook, or if it's just the machine that reads it to you. Again, I wasn't at the event, but I hope that gets answered quite soon. And regarding the 8.9-inch Kindle, you also have a 16 gigabyte size and a 32 gigabyte size. So both are available for pre-order. And if you order now, they will get shipped by September 14th, which is next week. So it's not too far off. And the 16 gigabyte 7-inch one is $200. 32 gigabyte is $250. And for the 8.9-inch HD Kindle Fire, it would be 300 for the 16 and 370 for the 32 gig. So not bad. And one more thing actually. Amazon and the Kindle team realized that with all the technology that they're packing in to this, it's going to be quite limited if, as a consumer, you're really trying to find the next Wi-Fi hotspot and things like that. So they actually unveiled the new Kindle Fire HD 4G. So based off of the screen that was there, I don't think they actually mentioned that it was AT&T in the event, but it is actually AT&T is going to be the 4G LTE provider if you purchase the 8.9-inch Kindle Fire HD 4G. So now it only, if you want 4G, if you want that connectivity, it only comes in the 8.9 version, and you can actually get it in two sizes of memory. There's a 32 gig, and then there's a 64 gig. The 32 gig is a little bit more because of the fact that it is Wi-Fi. It's $4.99 and $5.99 respectively, I believe. I wrote it down somewhere. Now the 4G plan, that is non-contractual, and it is only $50 a year, but is only 250 megabytes a month. So they're really touting that you can use the AT&T Wi-Fi hotspots unlimited as much as you want. Like if you go to AT&T Park, you can use their hotspot. It's a dedicated AT&T hotspot for AT&T hotspot customers, and it's free. So it would be a lot faster than the free public hotspot. You get 20 gigabytes of free cloud storage and a $10 Amazon App Store credit. So that's pretty cool if you're not around Wi-Fi hotspots a lot and you want this type of feature. So of course you've got your Amazon Silk browser. That's the cloud-based browser that they demonstrated last year. Hopefully now they've fixed it, because I know a lot of people were saying it's not as fast as they wanted to be. And they were talking, about how Amazon, the Kindle, is a service. It's not they're not really about being a hardware company. And that's probably why we're not going to see a phone from them for quite some time. They're just a service to bring you all of the Amazon stuff. You've got Amazon Prime, you got Amazon, Instant Video, you got all these books, all these movies, everything visually, everything technology that you can think of that would be coming from an e-commerce company that gives you the information almost instantaneously. So I think Amazon did a great job. I don't think they kind of faltered from what they stand for and what they're all about. But yeah, I don't personally know if I would be jumping on board with one of these guys, but maybe you would. So definitely leave a comment in the comment section below here on our YouTube channel, which is Lazy Tech TV. Or you can always follow Lazy Tech Guys on Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus, obviously, Pinterest, Instagram, Fancy. I don't know. We're on almost anything. Just type in Lazy Tech Guys in Google, and then everything just pops up, and just amazing. And this is our first time, or rather my first time, trying out this Google Plus Hangout on air. So if you're watching live, which I see 0 viewers. Awesome, cool. I'm talking to myself. But no, if you're watching after the fact, thank you very much for staying with me this long, and I apologize for the kind of pixelation and everything. Hopefully you like all the stuff that I'm doing here. Also, thank you for Audible.com being a sponsor of the Wireless Weekly, as well as being a sponsor of the LTG Network. All of you have a great day, and hopefully we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Yeah.